Do you ever wonder what is intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number? The traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community. A community not part of the mainstream, unconventional, peripheral, or extreme. Part of an anthology, a published collection of poems or other pieces of writing. This is Esoteric Lore. I'm your host, Edward Aponte, where I push you to ponder the fringes of folklore. There's a place on earth where the sun forgets how to set, and the night forgets how to arrive. On this island, clocks lose their authority. Time no longer commands, it listens. Here people sleep when tired, eat when hungry, work when the sea is ready, and speak until the silence feels complete. This isn't escapism, it's remembrance, because before alarms ruled our mornings and deadlines ruled our breath, the human nervous system already knew the hour. Tonight on Esoteric Lore, we travel to Someroy, the timeless island, to ask a dangerous question. What happens when you stop obeying time and start listening to yourself? What if time was never meant to rule us? Not metaphorically, not philosophically, but literally. What if clocks, those silent tyrants on our walls, wrists, were never meant to dictate how we eat, sleep, work, love, or live? Far above the Arctic Circle, where the sun refuses to set for months and darkness lingers just as long, there exists a small Norwegian island with a radical idea. An island that dared to ask, what if we stopped obeying time? Welcome to Sømerøy, the timeless island. And tonight on Esoteric Lore, we explore what this place can teach us about mindfulness, presence, and reclaiming our inner rhythm. Someroy is a fishing island in northern Norway where during summer the sun never sets and winter it never rises. For generations, the people here lived in a reality where clock time made no sense. So in 2019, they did something quite revolutionary. They proposed abolishing time altogether. No fixed work hours, no rigid schedules, no socially enforced appropriate times to sleep, eat, or play. Children played soccer at 2 a.m. Fishermen worked at the sea when the sea was ready, not when the clock said so. Neighbors painted houses at midnight because the sun was still shining. This wasn't chaos, it was alignment. Here's the first lesson Someroy offers us. Your body already knows the time. Before alarms, before calendars, before productivity apps and performance metrics, humans lived by circadian intelligence, light, hunger, fatigue, intuition. Modern mindfulness practices often ask us to relearn this. eating when hungry, resting when tired, moving when energy rises. But Sømerøy never forgot. Mindfulness here isn't a technique. It's a trust that your nervous system, your breath, your internal tides are wiser than the clock. On Someroy, conversations don't end because time's up. Meals don't rush towards dessert. Moments aren't constantly interrupted by what's next. This teaches us something profound. Urgency is not the same as importance. Most stress is not caused by events, but by anticipation. Mindfulness asks us to inhabit the present moment. Someroy removes the enemy altogether, the constant future pull of the clock. When there's no rush to arrive somewhere else, you finally arrive here. This is where Someroy becomes quietly political. Clock time was never neutral. It was designed for factories, for efficiency, for control. To live outside rigid time is to reclaim agency. Mindfulness at its deepest level is not relaxation, it's self-sovereignty, choosing when to act, when to rest, when to engage, when to withdraw. Someroy reminds us that awareness without agency is incomplete. Presence must lead to choice. Here are some practical takeaways. You don't need to abolish time to live timelessly. Try this. Number 1, create a timeless window each day, 1 hour, without no clock checking, no alarms, no schedules. 2, eat one meal guided only by hunger, not the hour, just your body. Thirdly, sleep when fatigued, wake by light when possible. Even occasionally, this recalibrates your nervous system. Fourthly, remove urgency from one conversation. Let it end naturally. Let silence exist. These are not productivity hacks. They are acts of remembrance. The people of Someroy didn't escape time. They simply stopped worshiping it. And in doing so, they revealed a truth ancient cultures always knew. Time is a tool, not a master. Mindfulness is not about adding more practices to your life. Sometimes it's about removing the invisible cage. This is Esoteric Lore, where ancient wisdom, modern rebellion, and the quiet power of presence meet. Till next time, stay awake, stay sovereign, and remember, you're not late. You are right on time. As always, I leave you with a poem. The day without hours. There was a day that never asked what time it was. The sun stayed because it wasn't told to leave. Children laughed at midnight and no one corrected them. Hunger arrived before the clock approved. Sleep came without permission. Work began when the hands were ready, not when the numbers said so. And something ancient returned to the human chest. Trust. Not in schedules, not in systems, but in the quiet intelligence that lives beneath the ribcage and speaks only when time is silent. This is not fantasy, it's a memory we have been trained to forget. And some islands still remember. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.